All right, guys, this one's going to be a little bit more less specific and a little bit more in concept, but I think this is something that's very important. For those of us that are students of the martial arts, that believe in martial arts, the idea of and believe in the power of martial arts, the importance of relaxation, physical relaxation, and mental composure cannot be overstated. You know, I remember I've tried a lot of competing things in my life, and I've tried a lot of different approaches to grappling, competition, fighting. And one thing that I feel has helped me learn a lot more in the last number of years and become much better at grappling and much better at fighting than I was when I was competing in jiu-jitsu years ago is learning to relax and learning to trust that that's correct, not simply just go, oh man, I'm not feeling that you have to be a certain way. Get ready mentally, do all this stuff, put blue paint on your face if you're in Braveheart, start, listen to angry music or something like that to get ready to compete. And the reason I'd like to explain why. Fighting, particularly at a high level, is very interactive when you're doing it well. Particularly when you don't have the luxury. Again, at a low level, you know stuff that they don't. You're big and strong and they're not. You're going to be a somebody and they're not. Maybe if you take it really seriously, a lot of like professional grappling is a serious professional competitor competing against someone who's not. You may have gotten paid. Getting paid doesn't make you a professional. I didn't fight an actual professional fighter for real until I got onto Ultimate Fighter. I fought plenty of people that got paid. But that's not the same thing. And it's the same way we would say Olympic wrestlers are not professionals. Pretty sure they are. Olympic figure skaters are not professionals. They're amateur athletes. Let that sink in. They're as professional as anyone in any professional sport in many cases. So I guess what I'd like to explain is that in order for you to be able to understand how to express your martial arts ability and your technique and your feel the way that you want and the way that's going to allow it to function and flow at a high level, in order for you to do that, you have to be relaxed. Ask yourself this: how do you do your own personality? Just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of relax. Have you ever been nervous though, or felt weird or awkward in an uncomfortable or a different situation, and then started to feel forced, or do you feel like stressed out or tired? And I would say most of us maybe have felt like that at some point or another. What I want you to consider is that what comes naturally to you in terms of how you feel, how you breathe, how you think. You're not, generally speaking, having a panic attack in your own house. What I want you to consider is that if you want to be able to interact with this other person in a way that's effective, I'm trying to sell them on whooping their ass for the most part. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. How do you feel about that? Are you going to try to stop me or not? Okay, I win. This is what I'm going to do. How do you feel about that? Are you going to try to stop me? Oh, okay, you are. I'm going to pivot off of that. I'm not going out there and enforcing my will and letting them know what time it is. All that stuff sounds real cool, but if you watch the best fighters in any sport, they are not doing that. They are setting the table for the game, but they're not just ramming one or two moves down your throat, because that just simply isn't going to be effective reliably at a level where people are of a comparable athletic ability and technical understanding. So just your ability to maintain your composure and breathe and be calm is going to be absolutely critical. I would just say don't buy into in my opinion, do not buy into the idea that you have to get amped up in order to fight, that you have to get in this different frame of mind, that someone else, that anyone else can make you do that. Same thing, someone looking at me like they're and telling me they're going to beat me up tomorrow. I'm like, maybe you will. I guess we'll find out. You don't have to get involved and invested in that. And I've always found that when I've been able to remember that, you're able to perform more consistently. So just something to keep in mind.